Hey guys, this is me Raj Kishore Ranjan. Today we will discuss another problem, matrix chain multiplication problem, and here we can see the concept of dynamic programming algorithm approach to solve this problem. This is about me. I am BTech Computer Science and Engineering graduate from IIT Patna. For any rate review and recommendation, you are most welcome. You can follow me on unacademy.com/user/Raj Kishore Ranjan. So let's start today lecture. In today's lecture, we have a problem named matrix chain multiplication problem. In this problem, we are given a sequence of matrices A1 to An, that means A1, A2, A3 dotted N. These are N matrices, and our work is to multiply these N matrices. Okay. Uh, Here we have to multiply these N matrices in the most efficient way. Okay. Let's try to understand the meaning of this problem. Since matrix multiplication is associative, okay, so we have many options to multiply a chain of matrices. We think about if we think about four matrices like A1, A2, A3, A4, then there are multiple way to find the multiplication of A1, A2, A3, A4. Okay, we think about the first way. Here we are multiplying first of all A1, A2, then A3, A4, and then we are multiplying the matrix formed after the multiplication of A1, A2 and A3, A4. Okay, this is the first way. Similarly, we can say about think about second way. In the second way, we are multiplying first of all A2, A3, and then the matrix formed after the multiplication of A2, A3 will multiply with matrix A1 and then with A4. So this is another way. We can see similarly third way, fourth way, and fifth way also. Okay. If we have a size of matrix is also given, like the size of A1 is 14 to 20, the size of A2 is 20 into 30, the size of A3 is 30 into 10, the size of A4 is 10 into 30, then what is the multiplication cost for all configuration? These all configuration. Okay. For your kind of information, you must know about for the multiplication of two matrices that the number of column of first matrix must be equal to the number of rows of second matrix. Okay, we try to find the multiplication cost for the first configuration. Then in the first configuration, in this configuration, what we are doing here, first of all we are multiplying matrix A1, A2, then A3, A4, and then we are multiplying the matrix formed after the multiplication of A1, A2 and A3, A4. So the multiplication cost for A1, A2 is equal to, as the size of A1 is 40 into 20 and size of A2 is 20 into 30. So overall multiplication cost for A1 into A2 would be 40 into 20 into 30. And in this case, the matrix size would be 40 into 30. Similarly, the size for the multiplication cost of A3 into A4, as the size of A3 is 30 into 10 and A4 is 10 into 30. So the multiplication cost is 30 into 10 into 30. And in this case, the matrix size would be 30 into 30. Now we are multiplying these two matrices together also. That means the matrix formed after the multiplication of A1, A2 and A3, A4. In this case, the cost would be 40 into 30 into 30, as the size of both matrices is 40 into 30 and 30 into 30. So the overall for the multiplication cost in this case is 40 into 30 into 30, and the matrix size is 40 into 30. So the total cost is equal to these all cost. Okay, the sum of these all cost, and this would be equal to 70200. So and the size of resultant matrix is 40 into 30. So we can, so similarly we can find the multiplication cost for other configuration also, like for configuration 2, the multiplication cost comes here 26000, and for the third, fourth and fifth configuration also. Okay, these are the multiplication cost for the multiplication of four matrices A1, A2, A3, A4 in a different way, in a multiple way. Okay, our work is to multiply these four matrices. That means A1 into A2 into A3 into A4 in a most efficient way. That means uh, in that way which need or which require lowest multiplication cost. Okay, if we think about all these way, then here the lowest multiplication cost is the second way, which contains 26000 multiplication cost. So this is the most efficient way. Second way is the most efficient way for the multiplication of four matrices A1, A2, A3, A4. So let's try to make an approach toward the solution. And the approach toward the solution is to place parentheses at all possible places, calculate the cost for each placement and return the minimum value. If we see the multiplication of a1, a2, a3, a4, then here we are placing all the parentheses at different places so that we can find all the ways for the multiplication of a1, a2, a3, a4. Okay, that means we are generating all the configuration for the multiplication of a1, a2, a3, a4, and finding the minimum cost of each configuration. And after finding the minimum cost of each configuration, we take the minimum multiplication cost among them. Okay, so suppose we have an array named P of length n plus 1, where the size which represent the size of each matrix, that means the size of ai is pi minus 1 into pi for all I lies between 1 to n, and let mij be the minimum number scalar multiplication needed to compute the multiplication of matrix ai to aj. That means mij will required or will contain the minimum multiplication cost for ai into ai plus 1 into ai plus 2 dotted into aj. So m1n would be the lowest cost to compute the multiplication of matrix a1 to n. That means for the multiplication of a1 into a2 into a3 into n. So our work is to find m1n. Let's have a recursive solution approach toward the solution of product of matrix. If we have a matrix ai to aj, that means we need to find the product of ai into ai plus 1 into ai plus 2 dotted into aj. Then we can split this product between a matrix ak and ak plus 1, where k lies between I to j. Then mij equal the minimum cost for computing the subproduct aik and ak plus 1j. Here aik is the matrix formed after the multiplication of matrix ai plus 1 dotted to ak, and ak plus 1j is the matrix formed after the multiplication of matrix ak plus 1 ak plus 2 dotted to aj. Okay, and plus the cost of multiplying these two matrices together. That means in this case mij equals the minimum cost for computing the subproduct aik and ak plus 1j plus the cost of multiplying these two matrices together. If you think about the size of matrix aik, then the size of aik must be equal to the number of rows of matrix ai into the number of column of matrix ak. That means pi minus 1 into pk. Okay, and the size of ak plus 1j similarly would be pk into pj. So the multiplication cost for multiplying these two matrices would be equal to pi minus 1 into pk into pj. Also the minimum cost for multiplying matrix ai to ak would be mik, and the minimum cost to multiply matrices ak plus 1 to aj would be mk plus 1 into j, mk plus 1j. So the overall the value of mij would be equal to mik plus 1 j plus pi minus 1 into pk into pj. So this is nothing but the recursive relation for finding the value of mij. Here the possible value of k would be equal to I plus 1, I plus 2 up to j minus 1. Okay, so here what we are trying to do here, what we need to do here, we need to check them all values of k to find the best solution. That means for finding the minimum cost or optimal solution or most efficient way for multiplying matrix ai to aj. Okay, so the recursive relation here is mij would be equal to 0 if I is equal to j, because in this case there is only one matrix. Okay, so the multiplication cost here is 0. In other cases, that means for I less than j, the mij would be equal to minimum of mik plus mk plus 1j plus pi minus 1 into pk into pj for all k lies between I to j. Okay, so in this recursive relation we are generating all the configuration. That means we are trying to find the multiplication cost of all configuration and after finding the multiplication cost of all configuration, we are trying we are going to take the minimum multiplication cost among them. which is here. Okay, minimum among mik plus mk plus 1j plus pi minus 1 into pk into j. So let's try to implement this recursive relation in programming language. In my next video, I will discuss the implemented function or implemented code. But first of all, you just try it by your own to implement this recursive relation, okay, in programming, in any programming language. Okay, in the next video lecture I will discuss the implemented code, okay, and then we will discuss the dynamic programming algorithm approach. How can we think about these problems require dynamic programming algorithm? If simply see this recursive relation, then the main problem mij will break into sub problems mik mk plus 1j. Okay, that means the solution of mij, that means the optimal solution of mij will depend upon the optimal solution of these sub problems. So these problems contains the property of optimal substructure. Also, if we think about, if we try to draw the recursion tree diagram, then we can see these problems also contain the property of overlapping subproblems, which shows that these problems requires or needs the concept of optimal substructure. Optimal, that means concept of dynamic programming algorithm, okay, to solve these problems. So in the next video lecture, I will discuss more about it. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.